Anime is under attack yet again, but this time it is by an Australian senator. Now, I have discussed the Australian Classifications Board quite a few times, mainly due to how many games they have banned, and some of the reasons why are very outrageous in my opinion. I personally think that when something is rated properly, like a TV show, a movie, or in this case, anime, it should be available for consumers to purchase, but they are, as we have seen, very strict with game content. Games are banned for drug use related to incentives and rewards. We have sexual violence, characters that appear to be underage, and the list goes on and on. Now, unfortunately, it seems that anime will be the next target, as a senator has called for all Japanese anime to be examined for child exploitation, and I call bullshit. This person has probably seen one manga on a shelf, it was adult rated, did not understand the context, and this is now the situation that we are faced with. So I will be reading a Bounding into Comics article. An Australian senator has made a request before the Australian Parliament for a national review of anime and manga, even going so far as to call for the outright ban of certain series, out of tired and stereotypical fears that the Japanese media forms contribute to the real-world abuse of children. Speaking before Parliament on February 25th, South Australia Senator Sterling Griff raised concern over the child abuse material that comes into Australia via Japanese anime and manga, and claimed that a significant proportion of the two media features child abuse material and is used by pedophiles as tools to groom children. Can I just say that most anime and manga is not sold and targeted towards younger audiences and targeted towards children? Griff stated, child exploitation is a global problem heightened by modern technology and the myriad of platforms that are used to access such material. Only last week, the heads of the three law enforcement agencies addressed the National Press Club, warning of the problems Australia is trying to fight in respect to online child exploitation, and the Prime Minister said that he would even kick down doors to save an abused child. They both share a unique visual style, and they are popular all over the world, especially amongst teenagers. But there is, unfortunately, a dark side and a disgusting side to anime and manga, with a significant proportion of the two medias featuring child abuse material. They contain depictions of wide-eyed children, usually in school uniforms, engaging in explicit sexual activities and poses, often being sexually abused. Incredibly, in Japan, the definition of child abuse material specifically excludes child porn, anime, and manga, as these media don't include real children. They don't. Which means erotically clothed in a type of child exploitation material that features sexualized images of actual children, and it remains legal in Japan as long as it doesn't involve full nudity. Now, obviously, there are series of anime that are very bold and touch on very intense themes, but TV shows and movies do that too. I don't see them saying, well, there's a lot of media in the world in general, even just normal movies and normal TV series that touch on these issues too, that could be as offensive or even more offensive than these anime and manga series. Now, he does, of course, go on to target several series that he specifically thinks should be banned and not featured. We have Sword Art Online, of course, we have No Game, No Life, we have the Eromanga Sensei, we have multiples. Oh, we also have Goblin Slayer. We have multiple series that he truly thinks are awful and disgusting and should be banned. I want to point out that in the United States, the law is very similar to Japan's. The United States does not consider art to be child exploitation, so even if you believe something could be pedophilic in nature, if it is not a real child, then it is not against the law. These characters are not based on real people and real children, and I think that that is so important to point out. Drawings and real people are two very different things. Now, almost all anime is not targeted at younger audiences. Just like TV shows and movies, not everything has to be appropriate for children to watch, and I think that it is fine to have adult themed content as long as it is rated properly. That's what rating boards are for. The problem here is that we may think that this one senator is outrageous in his claims, and his claims are ridiculous, but as soon as more countries catch wind of this and more lawmakers catch wind of this in different places, they themselves will go, oh, maybe we should look into this too, and then we end up having TV series like anime censored, we have manga censored, then we get into books being censored, and TV shows and movies being censored, and it can get out of control very quickly. I myself do not support censorship. Yes, there are some anime and manga series that are a little bit more out there. They're a little bit more bold in their content, but in my opinion, as long as it is rated properly, it is okay. Adult-themed content exists in the world, and adults can choose what type of content they want to see. A big point for me here is that these are not real children, these are animations, they're drawings. They are not based on real people. But let everyone know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Do you think that this senator is out of his mind? Do you think that this is child exploitation? Or do you think that this is all just bullshit? If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like. And of course, if you did not, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.